You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley. This is the podcast where we help Texas church leaders like you cut through the confusion and protect your ministry with clarity and confidence. When we sit down with a church for the first time, we don't start with providing you with a quote and telling you what your premium will be. We start with questions first, and a lot of them. And I'll be honest, sometimes that catches pastors and church boards off guard. Some leaders are surprised, others are downright suspicious, but there's a reason we dig deep. We're not trying to be nosy. Questions like, what ministries are you running? Do you have a daycare or preschool in your church building? Do you rent out space during the week for non-church events? Shape who you are as a church and therefore shape what you have at risk. The number one reason why we ask these questions is because it matters. Insurance isn't just about square footage or replacement cost. It's about how your church actually lives and breathes. If you've got a daycare on site, that changes your liability needs. If your pastor does counseling, you may need professional liability. If your youth group goes on mission trips, your coverage needs to travel with them. If you have online giving, cyber liability becomes critical. One-size-fits-all policies simply don't work for Texas churches. If your agent thinks they do, it's time to run away and find an agent who understands your church. A second reason why we ask questions first is because we are looking for certain key pieces of data to better understand your church's needs. What's your primary ministry focus? Are you a small congregation with Wednesday potlucks or a multi-service church serving hundreds every weekend? How do you use your facilities? What's the nature of your staff and volunteers? Leadership structure shapes your coverage needs. What programs are you offering? Children's ministry, food pantries, recovery groups. Each offering changes your risk. And finally, how do you view stewardship? We're not here to sell you the cheapest or the priciest plan. We're here to help you protect your mission in a way that honors your budget. A third key point is to understand what you should expect from a good agent. If your insurance agent never asks these questions, they are not getting the full picture of who you are as a church. They are selling you a cookie-cutter policy that doesn't fit your church's unique risks. Most likely, it's a piece of paper that will do nothing for you when disaster comes to your church's doorstep. Peace of mind comes from church insurance that offers the promise of certainty, a policy that is built by agents that take the time to get to know you and your church. That's what True Texas Church Insurance is all about. At the end of the day, churches don't buy insurance for buildings. They buy it to protect people, ministries, and their church's mission. That's why we ask so many questions. So if you're tired of surface-level conversations and coverages, maybe it's time for a different kind of conversation. One that starts with, who are you and what has God called your church to do? We are here to start that conversation with you. Go to insurancefortexans.com and schedule a time to review your church's current policy. And if you want to dig deeper into understanding church insurance, get a copy of my book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, protecting your church isn't about checking boxes. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.